Hey guys, and welcome to my channel. So this week, as promised, we're building in Sulani. It's been a really long time since I've built in Sulani. I feel like I start out every video saying this, but it's kind of true because, I don't know, I try to have a lot of diversity as a builder and build a lot of different styles of builds. And honestly, as much as I love this world, it is a little bit limited in terms of what style builds you can do. So I don't come to this world to build super often, but whenever I do, I'm always really happy with how it turns out because it is just such a beautiful world. I love the colors, especially at like sunset and stuff in this world. It's so pretty, and I love the fact that you can also build on the water. Like, that's super cool. That makes Sulani such a unique world compared to literally any other world we have in this game, because I feel like none of them have anything like that that's like super exclusive to that one world. Even in like Tartosa, which I would consider as another kind of beachy world a little bit, like compared to anything else we have at least, you can't build on the water in Tartosa. So it is literally a Sulani exclusive feature. So yeah, I definitely want to try to build in this world a little bit more frequently. I know somebody in my comments, it was probably now well over a month ago, asked if I could build in Sulani, and I said that I would try, but like, as we know, I have so many build ideas that I have to get through first before I can commit to that one. So here I am building in Sulani, and I do intend to actually build another lot of some sort in this world. It might end up being more of a community lot than an actual house. I don't know. I did have an idea to build something super modern before this, which is why I actually ended up using that concrete wallpaper, because originally I wanted to do like this very contemporary like concrete house, which I kind of ended up doing in a different world, and that's a build that will be coming in the next couple of weeks or a month or so. So yeah, this build, I'd say honestly, the exterior has some modern touches, the interior not so much. It's very Bohemian styled on the interior and a bit on the exterior. I did use a couple like glass roofs and stuff on the exterior that makes it a little more modern. I'd say that wallpaper definitely makes it feel a bit more modern than it otherwise would. But yeah, I kind of knew exactly what style I wanted to do this build in before I started building. And you guys know how much I love like this white and then like very light color, tannish kind of wood color in my builds. This build is no different, and again with like the boho theme, something I want to do, I'm not sure, thinking back on it, I don't think I've ever done this in a build, is like a boho theme, but instead of these light colors having it be like really dark and kind of almost like a moody boho theme. I think that might be kind of fun to do next time I do this style, or even like a very colorful theme in just that style would be fun, because I do a lot of dark builds as well, I find, where I'm using a lot of blacks and dark browns, so it's kind of like those two sides of the spectrum is where my build styles lie. And I do like to try to branch out, and especially more so lately, I've been really like challenging myself in terms of just the style and like the way I decorate and stuff, to do things a little bit different than normal, which is always good because that makes me more excited to build, and I feel like I don't burn out as easily. So yeah, all of the windows and doors on this build are from Hey Harry. Guys, I don't want to say the set name because I feel like I'm going to absolutely butcher it, so I will add it on the screen here. I don't want to embarrass myself like that right now. But all the windows and doors are from that set. I think they're really cool. I like the kind of wood slatted windows that are like open a little bit. Like, they're really different from any other windows that I have in the game, and I feel like they really suit that like tropical beach world kind of vibe. Like, I definitely use them in Selva Dorada as well, which I also intend to make a build in that world. I've never built in that world once. I've had that pack for well over a year now, and yeah, I've never built there. I've used maybe a couple of the build items from that pack, but that's something I definitely want to do. Maybe do like a vacation home or something in that world would be really fun. This, however, is not a vacation home. It's actually a home for a small family, which I've actually stopped. I'm sure if you've been on my channel for a while, you know that usually at the end of my stop motion videos, I'll have like these cinematics of the Sims that live in the house. I've decided to stop doing that because as much as I like making Sims sometimes, it's definitely not my favorite part of the game. I'm very much more a builder or someone who enjoys gameplay, so it wasn't something that was super enjoyable for me personally, so I've decided to stop doing that, but I will still have loose storylines or maybe more detailed storylines for my builds. So now we're working on landscaping. Something I really dislike about this world, and there are, a few things I dislike about Sulani, but one of them is landscaping is so hard. Especially because you're on the beach, there's usually like no plants on the beach. Like maybe you'll have some rocks and stuff, which is why I decided to surround this build in these rocks from, yeah, they are from Island Living, these rocks. I just think it adds a little oomph to it. And yeah, it's hard. I find the same thing with like Oasis Springs in the desert, because the desert's also pretty barren of plants for the most part. So those two worlds are kind of my nemesis when it comes to doing the exterior of the lot. I feel like I did a good job here. I added some plants like this kind of monstera. I think it is a monstera, I'm not 100% sure, and like some other bigger plants that are from Island Living as well, and maybe Jungle Adventure, that I feel like just fit really well into this build and add that little pop of green. Of course, we also have the palm trees as well, which are pretty cool, and I like that about Island Living. Getting some palm trees like that is really fun. So now we're moving on to furnishing the exterior. So the exterior of this build, we have some seating areas. There is a flower arranging table here. We have some planter pots just for a little bit of gardening. It was kind of hard furnishing the exterior of this build because we don't have like any like children or anything where you can have a swing or a tree house, which wouldn't really make sense in this world anyways, but like there really wasn't a lot to like put in terms of activities. There weren't water activities, which I do end up adding water activities to this build, like the jet ski and the canoe and some floaties. And you can obviously swim as well. There's a ladder to get up and down. So now we moved on to the interior of the build. So again, this is very like light colored Bohemian style interior. Nothing like super crazy. Again, there isn't like modern touches really on the interior of this build. It's very cozy, and I really like how it turned out. Again, this is one of my favorite styles, and I'd like one day to have, the interior of where I live have some Bohemian touches to them as well. So yeah, we're just working on the entryway. I use Peacemaker's Matilda mudroom set again because I really like this set, and I'm definitely going to use it a lot unless another CC creator comes out with another mudroom set, or we get something from EA maybe that has some items for mudrooms and just entryways in general. I feel like that's kind of a neglected space in the game. So this build, despite it being pretty tiny, actually has 3 bathrooms, which is a little bit ridiculous, but that's just how the floor plan worked out. And I feel like it's not that ridiculous. This bathroom that I'm currently working on is just like a powder room, just a toilet and sink. It's right by the front door. I imagine, it's not super used by this family probably, unless you're rushing out the door or something. Yeah, it's a simple bathroom. The other bathrooms so there's one downstairs that has a bathtub and no shower, and then the one upstairs has a shower and no bathtub. So you get all the bathroom amenities throughout the 3 bathrooms in the house. So I think that makes sense. So now we've moved on to the living room, which is quite a big living room, but I think I filled it nicely. The nice thing about, this style is that you can put a lot of rugs and stuff and plants and it just make it look really like comfy. So it fills up big space as well. These couches are from Pierre Sim's Unfold set. I really like them. I'm a big fan of Pierre Sim's couches, like pretty much every single time that they release them. I'm always a big fan. And the rug is actually, I'm pretty sure that's from a Harry's Coastal set. I think it's the newest part, which is the bedroom. That little shelf under the stairs is from Clutter Cat. I'm forgetting which set exactly. It might be her Bohemian theme set, which I think is Sunny Sunday, I'm pretty sure. So yeah, we're working on the other bathroom downstairs, which actually also has laundry in it, which I forgot to mention. I figured, I always try to fit laundry in my builds wherever they make sense to be there. There's also a clothesline outside, so I figured we needed both indoor and outdoor laundry in this build, because you don't just want to be doing the outdoor one. It takes your Sims forever to do it that way. So yeah, this bathroom is kind of simple. After this bathroom, I believe we move on to the dining room and the kitchen, which is another huge area of this build. And I also separated it using some dividers. Those dividers are also from Pierre Sim. I think it's his Auntie Vera bathroom set. I really like them. I think they're pretty, and I use them quite a bit, like in the last little while. I managed to fit a piano in this space for a little bit of an activity that also took up some of the space as well. We got a little hamster cage in here from, I think it's Kaizo is the creator that I got that from. And then we move on to the kitchen, which I'm pretty sure the counters are a combination of the Chateau pantry counters from Felixander and Pierre Sim's Domaine de Clos set, which I probably butchered as well. But yeah, I really love those counters from Pierre Sim. I think before Hey Harry's coastal counters came out, those were like my favorite. I find those two kind of similar in like style, but I still love them both and definitely use them a ton. So this kitchen's pretty cluttered up with stuff. I feel like, I don't know what it is about kitchens. I do this a lot in kitchens specifically, and I've been trying like more recently to hold myself back a little bit when it comes to cluttering kitchens, but here I just let loose because there was so much like open shelving and stuff. It just felt like it made sense. Instead of an island, we have this little cart here where you can also fake prepare food. I don't think the Sims can actually use that as a preparation surface. So now we've moved on to the second floor of this house, to the other bathroom. So I guess while we're doing this bathroom, because I don't really know what else to say about it, we can talk a little bit about the family that lives here. So I imagine two young Sims that have just recently gotten married and have kind of recently moved into this house, live here with their infant child, and I imagine one of their mothers, I'm not sure which one, is staying to help with the infant, which is actually a feature of Growing Together, I believe. Yeah, I don't think it was just a base game update. I think it's in the pack. So I used, what inspired this was, again, Pierre Sim's Unfold set with the kind of pull-out couch bed that I'm placing here. I was like, that's a really fun idea to have this in kind of the infant's room, which isn't actually a room, it's just the landing at the top of the stairs. So I imagine this family is going to quickly outgrow this house, which is kind of ironic because they didn't move in here like that long ago in the first place. We used the crib from Cluttercat's Baby Boo set, I believe is where that's from. I think it's a really cute crib and I had to use it in this build. Originally I wasn't even going to have an infant live in this house, but that's kind of what inspired me to have an infant here. So now we're moving on to just the parents' bedroom. So I'm going to wrap up this video here. Thank you guys so much for watching to this point. All of the CC that I've used in this build and the tray files and the gallery, my gallery ID will all be in the description below. If you want to support the channel, you can check out my Patreon, which will also be linked below. Once again, thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you next week. Bye.